Hi everyone, I am just doing a short video to connect everyone to their universal number for this year. So how we come to our universal number, our personal number for the year, is we take our date of birth. So mine is the 6th of the 6th, and then we put this year, so it's 2023. So 6 of this, the 6 and 6 is 12, 2 is 14, 2 is 16, and 3 is 19. So it all adds up to 19. Then we put the 9 and the 1 together, which comes to 10, and then we reduce it to 1. So in numerology, the numbers only go up to 9, and then we reduce and reduce till we get a single digit. So my personal number for this year is 1, and 1 is connected to the sun. So the sun shines light, it is constant, it is seen, it shines. So the year ahead for me is telling me to step into my own light, to step into my own power. If your number adds up to 2, so the 2 is connected to the moon. So the moon is one of changing, of working with the moon phases, of a clearing and an opening and a connection with our intuition, with the divine feminine. So watching our emotions. If you're a number 2, your personal number 2, you're connected to the moon. Number 3 is Jupiter. So if your birthday and date, month, day and month, and this year add up to a number 3, you have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of spiritual growth, the planet of luck, the planet of auspicious, positive energy. So you work with the planet Jupiter, connect with the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the spiritual guide. It brings in so much spiritual teachings and activations and upgrades and expansion. If your number is 4, you are the North Nodes. And the North Nodes are manifesting and being careful not to fixate on our problems, because it's the king of manifestation. So if we have a goal, if we have a family goal or a career goal, and stay focused on it and stay focused on the joy of it, then we will manifest it. We've got the power. You've got the power of the manifestation energy behind you, adding power to whatever you're focusing on. So just be mindful to focus on the outcome that brings you joy, not your problems, because then they will increase. So if you have number 4, really focus on your end goal, the happiness. If you have a 5 is connected to Mercury, the planet of communication, which is the mind. It's the mind, it's how we communicate, it's commerce, it's our finances. But Mercury goes into retrograde as well quite often. So follow Mercury know that when Mercury goes in retrograde, it's asking you to go within how you're speaking, how you're communicating, how you're thinking. And Mercury is your teacher this year, and will guide you and will help you to come into alignment to your dreams. But it's the planet of communication. So be mindful of how you're speaking. Words are spells. We cast a spell with every word we speak. And with Mercury is in retrograde at the moment, it's asking us to look at where we're speaking from, what emotion are we speaking from? Are we speaking from a place of fear? Because if we're speaking from a place of fear, very often we might not be speaking in truth. We might be speaking from an emotion within us. So very deep year for you. One of a lot of movement as well. To-ing and fro-ing, being asked to come back into this moment. Number 6, if your personal number is 6, that's connected to Venus. So Venus is the planet of everything that's beautiful, prosperity, everything in this physical realm, everything that brings us pleasure, everything that really brings us joy, love, our finances. So for you, it's going to be a beautiful year of love. But also Venus asks us not to get too fixated on someone or something, because it takes the joy out of love. So you're connecting with Venus. So Venus is the divine feminine and is always holding us in that beautiful energy of love. So you have a beautiful year ahead of you. Number 7 are the South Nodes, and the South Nodes are where we do our deep work, deep spiritual work. That there is something magical about the South Nodes. As we do the inner work, we create that magic. Wanting to see the truth, but being mindful that we are not creating a story based on our own emotions and our own perceptions. So for you who are in a personal number of 7, it's some inner work for you this year, going within. It's beautiful, it brings enlightenment, it brings happiness, and it also creates so many revelations. So a wonderful time of going within for you who are a number 7. And number 8 is Saturn. So Saturn is a karmic planet. It's the father planet. So endings and completions for you. 9s are always, 8s are as above, so below. So very karmic. Whatever we give out comes back, and that's what Saturn teaches us. So some endings this year, some completions. It's a good year if you have any addictions, anything that's no longer serving you. You've got the energy of Saturn that's going to help you to heal any addictions, to let go of anything that's no longer serving you. And number 9 is Mars. So Mars is that fiery planet that can create upset can create anger. So you're being asked to look at where you're stepping into impatience, where you're stepping into anger. There are endings because it's number 9. 9 always brings endings. So sometimes Mars can create a war, and these endings come based on reactions that you may put onto a situation or a person, and it can push that person away. So just use this year of looking at where you're getting impatient, looking at what's bringing anger to you, because these are old cycles that are coming up. Mars is bringing it up for you to look at, to not to project in. Mars is a beautiful planet as well for positive energy, to give us that energy of motivation, to give us that energy behind our intentions. So you're being asked to let go of what's no longer serving you and use Mars's energy to propel you forward into the new beginning. So you're moving forward, and whatever you focus on this year will be your new beginning next year, because you'll move in to the number 1, you'll move in to the sun, the masculine energy. The sun, the number 1, is a masculine energy, and the moon is number 2, which is a feminine. So we move up through the numbers and numerology to the number 9, and each number is associated with a planet, and that's the planet that we connect with during this year. So I will be connecting with the sun. If you're a number 2, you'll be connecting with the moon, and all the way down as I've explained. So the way you get your number is the day of your birth, the month of your birth. So mine was 6th of the 6th of June, and then we go 2023. So we had the 2023 on the end, not our own birth year. And that's how you get your personal year, and be able to connect with planets that are speaking so powerfully to each and every one of us and guiding us through our ascension. We're going through this planetary ascension. The star systems, the planets, the tarot, they're all connecting and guiding us and making us aware of the energy that we are traveling through, which gives us the insight to be able to navigate better, to be able to choose from a place of our heart instead of in a place of old patterns. So I hope that's been useful, and to be able to connect that way with your own personal number is very, very beneficial. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you so much for listening. God bless.